Well, the question coming into this NCAA tournament, can the UConn Huskies become the first back-to-back national champions since Billy Donovan's 2006-2007 Florida Gators? The answer thus far looks like yes. UConn wiped the floor in their first-round game. They are 24 hours out from a key matchup against Northwestern. We are thrilled to welcome in the man trying to match that feat. He is Huskies head coach Dan Hurley. Dan, great to see you, my friend. Wonderful to have you on. We know it's all business, 24 hours out from a game, so it's only fitting that we start serious. And I ask you about underwear. My lucky shorts have palm trees on them because it's the most resilient of all trees, never knocked down even in a hurricane. Where did your underwear superstition come from? And can you reveal what you're rocking this weekend in Brooklyn?
Yeah, man, I tell you what, I am not in palm tree mode right now. This time of year doesn't feel like that, man. I'm going with the Dragons, man. The Dragons, they crushed last year's field in a tournament. I went with the Wolves in the Big East because they had the best conference season. So I think the Game of Thrones Wolves underwear, they went like 19-1 this year in the Big East with the Big East tournament championship too. So, but went back to the Dragons, man.
Back to the Dragons. Seriously, though, beyond the winning and the consistency, what I admire most about the program is the unique relationships that you have built with your players. And to some, it's surprising because you are an old school, all business. You're a yeller. You are an intense head coach. How does that style blend with today's entitled, overpaid athletes?
Yeah, hey, I think it's it's about the value that myself and the coaching staff brings to the lives of the players. I think we commit our time, all of our time to them. We pour so much of our lives, the coaches, into our players becoming successful. Growing up, from young kids into men, learning what it takes to be successful, holding everybody accountable, whether you're a lottery pick or my son who's a walk-on the team. I think obviously it's a relationship business, but I think there's still enough old souls out there in terms of parents that want their kids to be coached and pushed and taught how to be a winner.
Hey, Danny, Randolph Childress here, man. I got a question for you. I'm starting to feel like I've been your good luck charm, man. It's a long time no see, seeing you at the Big East here. How have you guys just avoided distraction? I mean, all year long, it's no secret. You won a national championship last year, but you guys haven't missed a beat this year. I know you're talented, but your guys just seem to be so dialed in.
Yeah, I think we're about to work, man, and I got a bunch of guys on this team that they love to play, they love to compete. You don't go to a place like UConn, or a big time place unless you want to, go and try to win the biggest things, the biggest things possible in this game. So we attract like-minded people, and we don't have a bunch of, we don't have a huge social media presence. We just got a bunch of ballers, man, that that want to make history bad.
Danny, Tony Delk here. Congratulations on winning that chip last year. I have some legendary stories about you and your dad from Roderick Rose. Tell me, what was it like playing under your dad, and what did you learn, and when did you realize that after you finished playing your college basketball career that you want to be a coach?
Well, I realized how great a coach I was when I went to my first college practice at Seton Hall. And I was kind of, finishing the sentences of the coaches there in the Big East, because you just, you're so well prepared by, my dad's one of the best coaches of his generation. He just chose to do it, at the high school level. And what he modeled was like a coach that was always in pursuit of becoming a master coach, right? Like the psychology of coaching, the player development, helping guys get better, the tactics. The motivation, the branding and marketing. Like my dad was just always trying to grow and get better as a coach every single day. He just like, he was maniacal and obsessive in his pursuit of becoming a master coach. And I think, it's something that I've tried to model, just always trying to get better and improve as a leader and as a coach.
Danny, Jerry Stackhouse here, man. Obviously, we texted a little bit last year, man. Obviously, got tremendous respect for the program that you built. Obviously, winning the championship and losing a couple pieces seamlessly. You seem like you've been able to add like a kid like Stephon Castle, to the mix. How do you do that so seamlessly?
Yeah, I just think Stack and great talking to you, man. And I just think that we trusted our eyes and really envisioned roles for players that were very specific. Players like freshmen last year that we knew would make a big jump and become like face of the program. And Tristan Newton, who was probably a fifth starter last year and now an All-American. So knowing what freshmen could help us, and then being very specific in the portal. We were able to, maintain our culture and our core foundation of our program, which the high school guys added to, because those were long-standing relationships. We recruited those guys over years. And then we were very, we took our shot with a guy like Cam Spencer, who we knew we just had the perfect role for. We didn't bring in 3 or 4 guys from the portal, let him fight over a role, and then have a lot of disharmony in the locker room. We're strategic with the portal, and then we trust the player development and players taking jumps from year to year.
Dan, it's called March Madness for a reason, but it's been wild thus far. Kentucky goes down to Oakland. The Ivy League, your neighbors from Yale, take out Auburn. Do you use those as teaching examples for your team? I mean, you're up 50-15 yesterday. Are all those games things you cite in the locker room?
I think just how consistent we are. I don't know that we've lost games here because we didn't show up. We show up at full intensity, and full commitment to winning on a nightly basis. We may have an off shooting night and somebody may be able to get us. But that's that's something that we have to use a ton of externals with. We went into this year, picked 3rd in the Big East coaches poll. We were closer to being picked 4th because Villanova was kind of nipping at our heels, according to the Big East coaches. So, we came into the season with plenty of motivation and ammunition of naysayers that didn't think that we could be back in this position. So I just think right now everything's automatic. We're completely locked in, and we just want to execute elite defense, elite offense, and rebound the ball at a high level and play harder than our opponent. If we do that, we think we give ourselves a chance to be bulletproof.
Your team is remarkably even-keeled and consistent. That is not exactly the case with your emotions. A lot of coaches wear them on their sleeve. Yours are all over your face. It is incredible to see. Do you ever see some of those facial expressions and try to keep them in check? Or does your wife say, Dan, did you see this face or that face?
I mean, she gets embarrassed, and she's a Jersey girl, and she's got some stuff to her too. She's half Greek, half Italian. She's from Jersey. So she's got some pop, but I don't care. I don't care what I look like. You're out there and it's fight or it's flight. And I'm going to pick fight every time in that situation. So I see it. I've seen the memes. I know, obviously I've had some post-game issue getting off the court. The nice thing about the NCAA tournament is there's plenty of security here, and a lot of the crazier fans, they can't get at you on the way out. So, I expect smooth sailing here. As far as the sideline antics go, I'm going to do whatever's required. If we're playing great, I'll be calm. If it's not going the way I want it to, I'm going to change the temperature in the arena.
Hey, Danny, you didn't break any glasses lately, did you? Did you repair the player you broke last time? Did you replace those yet?
Yeah, I run through those. I tend to get emotional. I break stuff. What's broken around me?
Hey, whatever it takes, Coach.
Whatever it takes, he will do. Huskies head coach Dan Hurley, we really appreciate the time. Best of luck against Northwestern and throughout this tournament. Thanks so much for taking the time for us.
I'll come on with this crew anytime, man.
You're the man, Coach. Thank you and best of luck. We'll see you back home.
Later, boys.